Hi to everyone who joined me today, who planned to be with me today and talk. And this time I decided to take some kind of new topic for us, because before we always talked about matchmaking and about different issues connected with it. But this time I didn't talk much about it, but actually I noticed that the men started to apply to me and asking for consultations, just for consultations regarding dating Ukrainian women, how to choose good, how to find the right woman, how to understand if she is honest or not. And it's just naturally I get more and more consultations with the clients, so I decided to let you know how it can help sometimes, and I thought maybe it can be one more useful service from me to my clients, for my clients. So today we discuss dating consulting and how it works usually, and what you get for if you use this service. So when you surf the internet, as usually, hi, thank you. As usually, when we open the internet, you find different definitions of these words, meaning different things, starting from helping you to meet someone online to finding someone for casual relationships. And today I will talk what exactly I do and what I mean when I talk about dating consultancy, because again, and as in many spheres, in many fields, there are many different ways and directions of the same type of work that is named by the same word. So as for dating consulting, what it is with me, first of all, I would like to make definition between dating consulting, that is just consulting. So you need to get expertise advice, you have exact questions, and you are usually asking how I do that, how I do another thing, how I find my girlfriend in Ukraine, for example, how should I use these online dating websites, and so on. And the second type of work in this field is coaching, dating coaching, and especially I work, and it's my favorite direction actually. I like to work with people who already have free heart from previous relationships, mostly of them they have, and someone looking for new relationships. So it's called dating coach for singles, or singles relationship coaching, and different other expressions, but in general they mean the same thing. And if in consulting I just give you pieces of advice and exact steps how to do that, how to do another thing, and what you moving you to your goal, then coaching for singles, it's usually the set of meetings. Recommended amount is like 10. It can be a little bit less, it can be a little bit more if you want, but 10 is an average number of meetings once per week. And we work with coaching coaching techniques with you, but about the topic of your personal life. And each session you have the special goal. You tell me what exactly you want to discuss on this meeting, and by the methods that I know, psychological and from NLP and so on, different direction of psychology, I just ask you questions, and you find your own answers. That is the main basics of coaching, that I never say you what you should do, but I just try to ask you right questions, and you find your own answers. Let me look at your comments. Yes, sure, I do coaching online. The whole world actually does it now, and mainly, and I love it much more, I work with men rather than with women, so mainly I do it online, of course. So welcome if you need. But Dario, I know you're a wonderful person, and I don't see any obstacles for you to meet the right woman. You're a very beautiful type of person. So I'm doubting if you really need this consulting or coaching. We work, and I know everything is wonderful, and we just wait for you to come here finally. When we talk about coaching for singles, it's a set of meetings, and you find your answers with the help of my questions. And during in the beginning of each meeting, you tell me what you want to reach during this 1 hour time of our meeting, and by the end of this meeting, you usually have the set of steps that you plan yourself. You tell yourself what you do during the next week, and by the next week you hopefully have these steps done, and we move forward. So the coaching is it's actually very effective in almost every field of life, but your result a lot depends on you, what you actually do. You need to do things. And second, the type of consultant who you choose, because again, if you choose someone who is just young person, for example, loving people and so on, but only 20 years old and just not having enough of expertise and enough of experience in life, it's difficult to get advice or some much of help from such person, because she or he can know just techniques and just theory, but just lack of experience in life influence. As in our country, in Ukraine, people can become psychologists, psychotherapists, therapists like in 22 years old, 23. But I heard that in Europe, in the US, people need much more time, and they are not. They can't get degree even before they reach some more adult age, like 28. I heard, and I think it's very right, because. Especially in the field of people relationships, person need to have some experience in addition to theory. It's for sure. Let me know what you think about it. Do you think the young specialist in coaching or psychology can be extremely useful, or you think that it's better to find someone with some life experience? When I was studying Gestalt psychology and Gestalt direction, we were told a very funny joke that with the time the cost of psychologist is getting bigger. It's not like in the field when women giving services to men. You know what I mean. So I don't know if I was able to translate it enough with humor, but in Russian it sounded quite funny. So it means the more life experience and the older the specialist is, the more he becomes valuable for other people, for the clients. So about maybe pre-marriage counseling. Here we talk, if you mean discussion of what you have to look at in the lady before marriage, what you need to find out before you make the decision to get married. Yes, we can do it. As for sometimes people ask us about lower pieces of advice. Personally, I don't do it. I'm not a lawyer, but we have lawyers wishing to work with us too, and if necessary, we can advise someone to. One more comment. I think they can be useful if they have studied such a subject and knowledgeable, no different from a young doctor who has studied, but yes, experience also helps. Yeah, I think just in the field of people's relationship, expertise and life experience is very important. But if we talk about young doctor, just usual doctor, for example, child's doctor or someone else. There are very brilliant people, brilliant specialists, and it doesn't matter how old he or she is too. I agree with you. So what is the most important impact of the coaching for singles and the set of meetings is actually your constant support, because and me too, I do it sometimes, and that's why I have a personal coach too, and I have meetings with her every week too. Because when you are alone, you can put the goals, some steps, but you can't make them come true to the end, till the end, or you have some doubts, or you have some emotions that interfere you to move forward. But when you know that each week you meet your coach, your consultant, you are, in most of the cases, people feel more responsible in this case, and they try to do their best to fulfill what they planned to do last week. That's why coaching is considered to be even more useful in business, because it allows to reach the goals very quickly. Because imagine if you 10 weeks you work hard every week and you're making the maximum of yourself, for sure you will have the result. Moreover, you are considered to be the expert of your life, not me or not any other specialist. So by asking the right questions, we just get something valuable from your own mind. And the same works in business too. So as for the first type of dating consulting, what I told you about, it's just expertise pieces of advice. In this case, things are more quick, maybe it's easier. You just ask the direct question and I answer. It's not so difficult actually, and it doesn't occupy many meetings. Usually men have several topics to discuss, and we meet online and talk more about it, and I give plain answers. Sometimes, and maybe you already found it on other live streams, sometimes men ask very general questions like what Ukrainian women want to see in a foreign man. So I can give you just general answer, but again, everything depends on the person. That's why when I'm giving consultancy, I always tell about it. Just I give you the mostly often met answer among Ukrainian girls, for example, but I can't answer you for every girl here in Ukraine, and you should keep it in mind. But I noticed that for me, being 16 years already in this field, before when I started to give consultations, everything seemed very clear and easy, very logical for me. So that sometimes I even didn't expect that men can ask me these questions, but in fact for many men it turned out to be valuable information or something new information that helped them. That's why I decided to do it now more actively, and if men need pieces of advice, why not to give it, especially about our girls, about meeting them on their site and different sites, including Tinder even. And when men show me the cases that they met online, I can say almost immediately what's happening and if it's wrong. And in many cases it's wrong, but what I adore in American and in European, Australian and other guys, you have different culture, different mentality, and you follow the law, and sometimes you're very, very naive and you believe a lot, but when you show me the cases that you met online and you still believe, I'm really surprised, and I'm happy that when I can help you to prevent bad things happening, at least with your money. That often happens in Ukraine, but if you prepare enough for visiting, there won't be any problems. I noticed just foreign men are very, very trusting, and especially if you see a very beautiful girl, many men lose their mind. So let me read your comments. After 16 years, you must have lots of good and bad experience to help and advise others. I hope too, but I constantly feel the need to study more and more, and now I also was told by my career consultant that I should learn more from American and European matchmakers, coaches, because on the West it seems you have much more sophisticated, much more advanced methods and technologies of working with people. That I think you go ahead of us. So I hope I will be successful to get visa soon, and to travel and to study and to improve my skills for you. If I see a very beautiful girl, then I'm sure it's too good to be true. So I think scam. Sometimes yes, sometimes not. The problem of beautiful women here is also among local men is that when she is beautiful, men just afraid to approach her and to try to make a contact her. But actually, some these girls just sometimes suffer about because of being lonely in their souls. It also happens. So you need to check the reality. If you see some red flags just during the communication, these red flags are quite easy. If she wants to bring you up to the very expensive restaurant right in 5 minutes of your meetings, or she wants to come to the airport and to meet you right away if you never met each other before, and so on. Some red flags are very easy, by the way. And you'd asked me last time about difference between Russian, Belarusian and Ukrainian girls, and we prepared the article about it, short one, but maybe useful for you. So you can go to our website to blog, and you will find it new one in 2 days, I think. That is so fun. Beautiful girls make men do stupid things. Yes. For sure. And again, we have another joke here that have you ever seen the woman who gets crazy about length of men's legs? But in fact, men can get in love just with the legs of beautiful women. So yes, that's true. I think that in the nature works. Men try to choose the best ladies that they can allow, that they can attract, and to have beautiful and healthy children. Oh, Joseph, hi! I see you are a new person with us today. Thank you for coming. Yes, we match all the people, of course. We have enough girls over 40, some are 55, some are even 60. The biggest amount of our girls, they are from 28 to 45, like that. But younger, there are less younger women and less women who are older, 45. But again, we search not only in our base, but in the base of our partners, other trusted agencies all over Ukraine. So usually it's not a problem to find the right person if you just don't have too many requirements. When I told you once that when I got 8 sheets requirements list for the lady, I wrote immediately that I can't help to this client. If you don't have requirements of like that, then it's possible to find the good woman for you. Daya, yeah, I see your comment. Yeah. As we say here again, men think with the other part of the body. So it happens to you, with you sometimes. But again, it's how new children get the opportunity to appear. If we were only logical creatures, I think we even never got married. So my dears, I just told you about how dating consultant work with us. So the first format that you can get is just expertise advice about your exact questions concerning dating Ukrainian women. building relationships with them, avoiding scam. And the second option is coaching sessions for connected with the with your goal to build the relationships. And it can be split into other many topics that are interesting for you, that are useful for you, and we work with it step by step, week by week, and hopefully you will get the result. Yes, many men do think we one part of the body. Once I get married, maybe I will see how it is to. Yeah, we discussed two types of consulting, what it can bring to you, and what else. When I searched the internet myself, they also wrote about even about sexual education for you, about helping you in online dating. As for online dating with Ukrainian girls, I can give you pieces of advice too, how to make sure that the girl is real, how to find out it before you spend lots of money on the process of just talking online or sending your some money through Western Union. Don't do that ever, please, because it's never clear case. I say it's if you never saw the person before and you plan to send your money, just have attitude to it like to charity, because in most of the cases it's not sincere girl. How much does the weekly coaching course? As I told you, it's once per week. One consultation costs $95 per 1 hour. But if you get 5, 7, or 10 meetings, you buy the package, you get the discount depending on the amount of meetings. It's like that. But you don't need more than one meeting per week for sure. Sometimes if you have, for example, if you have overloaded a week and you wasn't in time to do some steps, we can even meet just once per 2 weeks. Not to make you even more overloaded or nervous. Because I understand most of us, like I see like you men leave, you tell me many of you just worked all life and decided to get married later in the life. The same happens with women. First of all, we try to build this safety. It means in the world, in the modern world, it's to get enough money to make the career, and only then we can relax and try to put our attention into our personal life. And that's why I understand that you may be busy with your work first, and it is the priority for men especially. Work is always priority. For women, still relationships are very important. So we can make meetings not so often, but again, it's preferable to meet once per week at least for regular course. What are some of the subjects you cover in the coaching course? You know, I don't have the book or just for teaching you. Yeah, as I told you, for each meeting, you tell me the exact question that you would like to discuss on the meeting, and it depends on where you feel a type of uncertainty, maybe where you need some help. Then we split. It's just a technique. I tell you how the coaching scheme works during the meeting. So we split. You tell me the topic. You tell me what you would like to find out. What the decision you or what you would like to get in the end of session, so that you would be happy. Then we split it into the goals just for this meeting, and I start using some techniques, asking you questions, you find your answers, and by the end of each meeting you have the set of steps. So I don't have standard plan for every one of you, because you have very different circumstances, different type of life, and you need different type of help. That's why it will be personal. By the way, one of my friends, he's a blogger, I will tell you about him later a little bit. He's almost prepared the course for dating for men, and this guy is actually from UK himself, and he's traveling so much around Ukraine, Moldova, Russia, and so on. And he plans to provide this course to men, but we discussed with him, so to my clients he will make some discount. So very soon he will be ready to present it, and I will immediately tell about it to you. Maybe of course, first of all, I will watch myself, and then I will let you know when it appeared, and if you come from us, you get the discount. I want our clients to get the more bonuses and pleasant things as much as you can. So maybe you have some other questions. By the way, give me the idea, because before I thought I want to make it like a surprise, but while till your visits, because of this quarantine, borders are just starting to be opened. We have time, so give me the idea what would be like something pleasant surprise from our company to you when you come to Ukraine. What it could be for you, because I thought about many variants. They seem to me to be so very simple and very standard, and I want to make something special for clients and unusual, not typical like in other matchmaking agencies, and something useful. So maybe you can give me advice what it could be for you. So you come to Odessa, we give you this surprise, and you feel happy. What it could be. If you have the idea, just let me know. I'm very curious. Before we gave some little souvenirs, some sheets of paper, how to say it, notebook, some discounts for our restaurants that are friends. But I want to find something even more interesting.
Мама, Ира,
У меня работа, все, выйди.
Ой, Ира,
Все.
мам,
У меня звуки, все, выйди, пожалуйста. I'm sorry a lot. I have a kid again. Now older one. Ника, все, выйди, пожалуйста. Нет, все, выйди, пожалуйста. Ну, Ника, ты портишь эфир мне.
Я тебе на Вайбер
I'm sorry. Kids are unbearable. It seemed to me I closed the door, but it seems it didn't work. I'm waiting for our new office to appear soon, because we are changing the office. I'm looking for a new one, and finally I will be able to work without kids around. I'm sorry. In one of my previous live streams, you probably saw my younger son. Now there is an older daughter. They are making me mad sometimes, honestly. Yes, Joseph, they need me all the time, but I found not so much time for my clients tonight, and I asked them not to come into my room while I talk, but you see. I have 2 kids, 6 years and boy, and 11 years my daughter. Dayo, thank you. A brief vocabulary guide. You mean some short phrases in Russian or in Ukrainian to say some standard words? So let me know, please, if you have questions. Okay, Dayo, thank you. Wonderful idea. I didn't think about it before. Very valuable. Yeah, I think it would be useful. Like when I was traveling, sometimes travel agencies, they give the guide around this city or country, and with some words, standard phrases to say in a local language. Interesting things that might fascinate or start good conversations. Americans like talking about sports. What Ukrainian? One more topic. You know, the standard small talk, it can be about the weather, usually. Of course, it's better to give some compliments to the lady who you met, if you really liked her, or you liked something at her appearance or how she talks. But again, if you only sincerely feel it, because if it's told artificially, it won't be perceived in the right way. What else? Sports. Sometimes depends on the lady. Politics, but not to discuss. Actually, not many girls here are fond of politics, as I know, and the politics is very burning topic. You can have different points of view and get into a quarrel even. So just avoid it, as well as money. So maybe you have more ideas how to make pleasant surprises for you. What it would be for you. As part of the packages with Prime, are the hotels covered in the package, or do we pay for them ourselves? Yeah, no, they are not covered in the package, because again, each client has his own preferences about the type of hotel that he wants to choose. We have some friend hotels again, and they make discounts for our clients. If we reserve the hotel for you, this hotel gives you additional discount. But we can't cover it in our package because again, many men have different tastes and preferences. Some prefer to reserve apartment, some prefer to reserve the hotels, and so on. Okay, dears, I need to go already, and thank you again for coming this time. I was happy to see your questions, your comments, being active in our conversation. And the next week we will talk more. As usually, prepare your questions, considering dating with Ukrainian women and everything in which I can help you. And soon I will tell you about the next topics that we will discuss. I will make a post soon, so you will see what will be our topic. Thank you, my dears. I love talking to you, actually. Thank you again. And I hope to meet you again, and finally to meet you in Odessa, face to face. Have a nice Friday evening, and see you soon.